Peace one, two it up, D Prime 215 here. So I was able to get another one of my predictions to come true. I predicted for Sanada to beat Kazuchika Okada in the G1 29, and I was right. So forgive me, in my prediction video, I thought it was their 8th match because they wrestled each other so much. I lost track of time and the amount of matches that they actually had. And additionally, Steiner was my math teacher, so yeah, that. So if you know, you know, right? But in all seriousness, my take on this match. So I thought the match was great. It went nearly a half hour. However, I was very invested throughout the entire match. Some matches go on, in general, like there's some matches that are shorter and I'm ready to fall asleep. However, I was very invested in this match all throughout. Now, the match was great to me, mainly because of the story that was being told, more so than the moves in the match. The match, in my opinion, didn't have a lot of stellar combinations. There were some good moves throughout the match. I mean, you got two of the best wrestlers in it, but it wasn't a lot of it wasn't a spot fest, or not even a spot fest. It wasn't it was driven more so by the story than the moves themselves. So here's what I got from this match, right? You can get something totally different. This is only my opinion. That's the beauty in it all. So what I got from it was Okada's going into this match, right? So I believe he had 13 victories across multiple G1 tournaments going into this, 13 straight wins. So that's stellar right there. On top of that, he held 6 consecutive wins over Sanada. So Sanada was 0-6, right? So flip it to Sanada. Sanada is 0-6 against Okada. On top of that, he's mathematically eliminated from the tournament. So it doesn't matter if he wins every other match remaining in the G1 tournament. He can't win the tournament. He's done. He's mathematically eliminated here. So at this point, it's kind of for bragging rights, so to speak, right? So he has nothing to lose, right? And additionally, Okada, he's the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. So all that being said, what I got from it was Okada having all these achievements. He kind of had some hubris going into this, which I think was earned at this point. He beat Sanada 6 times in a row, 2 of which already happened this year within 2 months of each other. He beat him at the New Japan Cup 2019 finals. Then he beat him at Wrestling Taku, which was in May. The New Japan Cup finals were in March. So he beat him twice within about 2 months, which is a bit that's crazy right there. Especially in New Japan, because wrestlers typically don't wrestle each other so close. It's typically a couple months in between time, more than 2. So you have that there. And you have Sanada, who has nothing to lose and more so everything to gain. So throughout the match, I feel like Sanada was just so persistent with the skull end, which is a dragon sleeper for those who may not know. He was trying so many applications of it, doing, the quadrata setup, and reversing a tombstone into this dragon sleeper, just over and over and over again. This guy would just not let that move go. But it was done in a way where it wasn't it wasn't like the chin lock of death. It was they had some moves in between. Okada, he reversed a springboard drop kick into his reverse neck breaker. He did his signature turnbuckle drop kick, kicking Sanada out the ring. He even hit the guardrail assisted DDT on the outside. So there were some moves in between, but to kind of play on the part where I mentioned earlier about Okada's hubris, there was a part in the match where Okada actually hit the Rainmaker twice, back to back, the type where he doesn't let go of the wrist, but he didn't pin Sanada. I think if you were going to try and pin him, even if Sanada were to somehow kick out, that would have been the time. You hit your finisher twice, but instead of him going for the pin, he tries to hit him a 3rd time. So I think that was a storytelling element / mistake of Okada's that ultimately led to his loss in this match. So Sanada, he sticks with the skull end throughout the match. One move from Sanada that I really liked, it was rather unexpected. It was a pop-up cutter or an RKO, so to speak. Not, it wasn't really an RKO because he didn't jump into it. It's the little nuances here, but he hit like a pop-up cutter on Okada, which was a bit crazy because I'm used to seeing him hit the TKO, not just like a straight up cutter, let alone a pop-up one. So that was a nice element of surprise. Nice to see him do something different. The match was down to the wire. Like they wrestled to about, was it 29 minutes and 47 seconds, and all the G1 matches have a 30-minute time limit. So he beat Okada with less than 15 seconds remaining in the match. He had 2 moonsaults on him to end the match. Absolutely stellar. I like the promo at the end. And yeah, I'm happy Sanada won. So I think this means that Sanada's going to get a title shot, probably at, most likely it's going to be King of Pro Wrestling. At Destruction in September, they don't typically have heavyweight championship matches there. It's very rare that they do, so I think more than likely it will be at King of Pro Wrestling. So yeah, I'm happy to see Sanada won. Like I've said in the prediction video, it's his time. It was his time to win, and he did it. So yeah, I was really happy with the outcome of this match. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it was great? Do you think it was okay? Do you think Okada should have just beat Sanada again anyway? And just something additional as well. This is my favorite match between them since New Beginning in 2018. So this match was great. But make sure you subscribe to me at DPrime215. I'll be seeing you again very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.